Hello, my lovely audience. Welcome to another video. Welcome to What If Deku had the quirk. Had the quirk. Speak no evil. Yes, I'm doing this. Now, yeah, I said I was gonna do it. I'm doing it. Anyway, thank you to all the people who gave suggestions for what this quirk could possibly do, because I was stumped. So, what I'm gonna do is take all my favorite suggestions and the things I like, and just kind of mash them all together like some kind of horrific pizza pie. Think like I'm gonna pull a pineapples on pizza type beat. Except I actually really like pineapples on pizza. That kind of explains a lot about me, if I'm being honest. Yeah, when you think about it, me liking pineapples on pizza makes sense. Because apparently it's a pizza sin to put pineapples on pizza. Hawaiian is nice. What was I talking about again? Anyway, let's just get on with the what if. Anyway, so, yes. The Mustafa Clinic for... Oh my goodness, brain.exe stopped. The Mustafa Clinic for Quirk Research and Quirk Development. Izuku was an odd child. Ever since his quirk awakened, well, him and his 4 siblings I don't know if I should make them siblings. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna make them siblings. Since Izuku's quirk awakened, he was moved to an odd facility with 3 other people. And weirdly enough, him and the 3 other people had very, well, not similar quirks, but interconnected quirks, as you would say. Think like a Daki and Gyutaro situation. Izuku could see from their eyes, they could see from his eyes, and vice versa with literally every other sense. And, well, it was odd. He didn't know them, but they were oddly familiar to him. Anyway, yes, aside from that, Izuku wasn't visited often by Katsuki or Inko. Hell, he's pretty sure at some point she even forgot about his existence. I guess that's what happens when you cough up blood all over the place, majority of the time. Zuko learned whenever he speaks, he'll cough up a bit of blood, so he tries to avoid that and has the others speak for him. There's, well, Izuku, speak no evil. Kishin, smell no evil. Yuki, see no evil. And Ramataramtara. Yes, I know, weird name. Ramataramtara, hear no evil. Now, the reason they're in this facility is A, their quirks are rather absurd. B, well, researching how quirks can affect someone's mental state. And C, their quirks are fucking absurd. Anyway, so yes. Izuku, as Speak No Evil, is capable of writing prophecies about people or things. Now, these prophecies are guaranteed to happen. Just, he doesn't know when unless he specifies a date and or a time. But they are guaranteed to happen, no matter what. If he says you will die by a potted plant, you could get impaled through the stomach, rescued by Recovery Girl, stitched up, put back together, be sat on your balcony, and a random potted plant will just fall on your head and cave your head in. If he says something's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And, well, there's See No Evil, Yuki, who, upon making eye contact, can do one of two things. She can A, make you go blind, or B, drive you insane. Yep. Then there's Kishin, Smell No Evil, who's capable of overwhelming the senses of others, utilizing specialized sense, essentially allowing him to control what you see. Create illusions, make a man look like a cat, make enemies look like foes, etc. Then there's, Evil, Ramataramtara, I won't get over that damn name, who can override any and all sounds, and or increase the volume of the sounds. Essentially any sound within his... just any sound, really, he can hear or is around him, he can either entirely snuff out, amplify to an absurd degree, entirely change, so you could say Chicken Robot and you'll hear Sweet Home Alabama. Or, this is just theoretically, overwhelm your thoughts. He can alter the sound of your own thoughts, theoretically. But yes, each member of, the four monkeys of evil, no evil technically, but just evil, each member of them, coughs up or has, bleeds from their respective parts. Izuku coughs up blood, Yuki bleeds from the eyes, Kishin, the ears, Ramataramtara, the ears, and Kishin, the nose. So naturally they have to cover that up. Anyway, yeah. Now let's get on to the actual what if. Technically I already started it, but you get the point. Tokoyami, yes, Tokoyami, would arrive outside of, the facility. I already forgot its name. The Mustafa Research Facility for the mental effects of quirks. Yeah, that's right. So, oh my goodness, I need to sit down. Good grief, is it tiring to walk and talk. But, yeah. So, give me a moment to catch my breath. Even by my standards, and I live in Africa. So, yeah. Anyway, Tokoyami would throw a rock at, one specific window, as Yuki would open it, the fuck you want? As, Tokoyami would yell from down there. I heard there's some individuals with rather absurd quirks here. Well, also, kind of, just kind of evil, absurd quirks. And I also heard that there's one of them that can make prophecies, so I brought chicken noodle soup and I want a prophecy. Yuki would look at Izuku, who's passed out asleep on the couch. She would look back at Tokoyami and say, "Is that it?" I also brought a couple thousand yen, and also KFC. Aren't you a bird? What's with all the chicken? It doesn't matter right now, and besides, crows eat anything. Huh. Yuki would walk up to Izuku and shake him awake. Yo, Zoo. Yeah, wake up. Yuki would get a kind of a psychic message from Izuku, the main way he communicates, No, he cannot psychically communicate with anyone he wants. Just anyone in the group, the four great evils. That's literally it. They speak for him. So he doesn't accidentally say something that would rather egregiously happen if happened, would be egregious if happened. So he would send a psychic message like, "The fuck you want, Yuki? I'm trying to sleep. If you're trying to get me to watch Espelion with you, you at least need to get the popcorn out." Ah, fuck. Give me a moment. I had a cough. Yuki would sigh and say, "Yeah, that soap opera starring Aizawa. It's really good, actually. There's like 1 to 2 people in my audience who will get this reference. Anyway, hi. I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but I'm thinking about actually writing that kind of story and putting it on my Wattpad. Yes, I have a Wattpad. I, just do this channel for fun, so I don't really advertise myself that much. But if you want me to, write that, I can. Tell me in the comments. Anyway, so, yeah. So, Yuki would just kind of, be like, "No, we have a weird bird man outside who's offering us chicken noodle soup, a few buckets of KFC, and a couple thousand yen for you to make a prophecy for him." What's the prophecy? I don't know, he didn't say. Izuku would just walk up to the window and yell, "Oh, what do you want?" Oh, good grief, I forgot about that. He would proceed to vomit up blood. Like a large amount of blood since he hasn't talked in a while. Oh, forgot about that. Yuki would just kind of walk up behind him like, "What do you want?" Tokoyami would say, "Hey, immortality!" Yuki would kind of slowly turn to Izuku like, "Eh? I guess I can do it, but it would cost a bit more than a few buckets of chicken and soup. Then some chicken soup and a few buckets of KFC. Okay, well, what can this get me? A month where you don't have to worry about stubbing your toe at all and, I don't know, a few lottery winnings." We cut to Rarika, who's in her bed, as her eyes would just, open. Her eyes would just bolt open, red and veiny. Just I've heard the calling. Cut back to Izuku, who would just shiver. He would just shiver, why do I feel like I just made a mistake? Tokoyami would just, put a finger on his chin, considering it, as he would say, "Fine! Dark Shadow, carry up the, stuff." It's 8 at night right now. Tokoyami has a lantern and is standing outside of the research facility. Dark Shadow would just kind of bring up the stuff. The couple buckets of KFC and tub of chicken noodle soup and a couple $1,000 as Izuku would just grab it and munch on a chicken leg as Tokoyami would go, "Okay, can I have my prophecy now?" Izuku would just give him a thumbs up as he would swallow the piece of chicken and, well, a dark red lightning would begin sparking around his mouth. Oh, I forgot to say this. The four evils have a kind of pattern on, the parts of them that, their quirk works. Yuki has spiral eyes, Izuku has black lips that kind of just divulge outwards. Think like the Joker. Ramataramtara, evil, has, pointed ears with, kind of lines going along them. Think like a karma mark, but black and on his ears. And I forgot his name, but Smell No Evil has just kind of black lines on his nose. Yeah, there's clearly a theme going on, but I won't say it. I'm not racist. I know this quirk is based off of monkeys, but I'm not racist. It's just patterns, people. It's just patterns. I don't even have Twitter. You can't even cancel me. I don't even have Twitter. Yes, I still call it Twitter. X is dumb. It's the funny bird app. Like, why was it just changed to X? But yeah. Anyway, so Izuku, the Black Lightning, well, yes, once again, not racist, it's a cool aesthetic. It's black and red, by the way. Yeah, black and red. The black and red lightning would begin sparking as Izuku would speak. For the next month, Tokoyami... What's your last name? Fumikage, Tokoyami. Izuku would nod. For the next month, Fumikage Tokoyami shall have extraordinarily good luck, never stub his toe, and every second day, when he picks up a lottery ticket, he will guaranteed win. As the black lightning would disappear from Izuku's mouth, a black and red shadow would just kind of engulf Tokoyami, fully enveloping him, as a voice would whisper in Tokoyami's ear, A prophecy has been... Oh my goodness. A prophecy has been founded. And the black and red shadowy darkness would then dissipate, as Tokoyami would just look at his hands as he would say, Huh, I feel luckier. Izuku would just give him a thumbs up before falling back, very tired. That prophecy was very specific. Yeah, the more specific the prophecy, the more energy it takes up. You know, he could just say something like, Tokoyami won't stub his toe, and Tokoyami will just never stub his toe. Izuku just had to make it specific. Oh my goodness, brain diarrhea stopped. But yeah. Anyway, this is like a year before the start of the anime. Anyway, from that point on, Tokoyami just begins referring to Izuku and his friends as his patrons, and he consistently brings them random shit that they can't get at the research facility they are in exchange for some good luck or random shit like that. One time he had, Smell No Evil, I forgot his name. Fuck. Fumi, yeah. Smell No Evil is now a girl, and her name is Fumi. One time he got Fumi to make him look like a 7-foot tall roid freak so he could walk into a bar and, get drunk. Another time he had Yuki, get into a staring match with one of his quote-unquote mortal enemies, just to make them go blind for a few minutes. Another time he had, Ramataramtara just make Tokoyami not have any, the sound of his footsteps so he could just be creepy. Not like Bayonetta creepy, sitting alone in a dark room creepy. That kind of shit. But, yeah. Just, Ramataramtara's quirk works on any sound he's aware of, okay? Okay. If he's aware that Tokoyami has footsteps, he can cancel out the sound. Now, anyway, yeah. So, Rama is, like, passed out on... This is a time skip by about 2 years. So, like, UA. The start of UA. A few days after, like, the training exercises, you would say. The government's, like, tried to get the 4 great evils into the school, but considering they're called the 4 great evils, it's not that easy. Well, that's everyone's nickname for them, but still, it ain't that easy, just based off the nickname alone. So, Rama is passed out on the couch. Fumi is, like, eating broccoli with cheese on top with Izuku. It's fucking nice, okay? Like, a cheese sauce on top of broccoli with a bit of rice is good. It's very tasty. Especially if that cheese sauce has chicken made into it. Look, trust me when I say this. Cheese sauce, chicken, with a bit of rice and a bit of broccoli. It's healthy, and sweet fuck is it tasty. You can thank me later. But yeah, like, they're just eating that. Yuki is watching TV. Just so you know, she has bandages covering her eyes. Fumi has, like, a peg covering her nose. Her nose pegged up so she doesn't constantly bleed from it. Izuku, well, usually has a gag. Think Nezuko, not kinky. It ain't kinky, think like a Nezuko-type gag. Yeah. And Ramatarantara has earmuffs covering his ears. Why? Because they all bleed from those specific parts, and, the constant or frequent bleeding that they can get can cause a bit of blood loss, can cause a bit of lightheadedness, so that's the best they got. Anyway, like, they hear Tokoyami screaming down the hall, "Back off, fiends!" As, like, suddenly their door would just slam open. In case you're wondering how Yuki is seeing, like, watching TV, even though her eyes are bandaged up, she's looking at the TV through Izuku's eyes. Izuku is, like, facing the TV. Yuki's, like, facing a wall in the corner, as she's, like, using Izuku's eyes to see the TV. They would hear Tokoyami yelling, "Back, you fiends! Back!" As suddenly their door would slam open, as Kirishima is just like, "Huh. So, this is Tokoyami's, like, D&D friends. Yes, Tokoyami plays D&D with them. I find it cute, so I'm adding it in. Be gone! Like Tokoyami would say from behind Kirishima as, like... oh my fuck, I forgot her name again. Fumi. Yeah, Fumi would just kind of slowly turn her head to face them, then just kind of slowly turn back as she would nudge Izuku and point, like, behind her. Izuku would look as, like, Yuki would go, "Hey, I was watching that commercial." Oh. Huh, that's what that noise was. Can someone wake Ramatarantara up? He's passed out on the couch again. Like, Fuyumi would just kind of slap Ramatarantara on the head, waking him up like, "Oh, what, huh. Yep. Tokoyami, why is there a bunch of random people we've never met in our, like, living quarters?" That would be, like, what Yuki says, still facing the wall, as, like, Fumi would go, "Yuki, you're staring at the wall, you're using Izuku's eyes to see." Oh, right. Like, Yuki entirely forgot as she would turn around. Now you're facing now you're facing the stone monkey statues. She would turn around again. I don't even want to comment on what you're facing. You're facing the basement. Oh. Like, Yuki would just kind of turn around as Kirishima would go, "What's wrong with the basement?" Izuku would just kind of, like, gag remembering what happened in the basement as, like, all four of them in unison. Even Izuku, who has his gag off right now, would say, "We don't talk about the basement." As, like, the sound of clawing can be heard from behind the basement. As, like, Yuki would just reach into the freezer, pull out a liver, a frozen human liver. She got it from Tokoyami, who bought it from the shop, from the local grocery store. As she would just throw the liver, she would quickly open the door, throw the liver down into the basement, and then close it again. She would, like, wipe her forehead, as, like, Kirishima and Mina and, like, the rest of the Baku squad are very confused, even Bakugo. As Bakugo would just blankly stare at Izuku like, "Huh. Hey, nerd." Izuku would just kind of flip him off. As, like, Bakugo would go, "You know what, that's fair. I haven't came here to visit in, like, 6 months. Sorry. You know, training's been difficult." Izuku would raise his other middle finger, as, like, Bakugo would just kind of say, "Yeah, I deserve that." Like, Kirishima would just kind of slowly turn to Bakugo like, "You ain't yelling at him?" Bakugo's looking at Kirishima like, "Why would I? He can literally ruin my life with one sentence." What? These are my patrons that I was telling you about. More like D&D friends. Like, Yuki would just kind of chime in. Fumi has just gone back to eating. So did Izuku. Like, Dark Shadow would come up. Like, "I can confirm, they do a lot of tabletop roleplays." Oh my goodness, Brain Dyxia stopped. As, like, Tokoyami would just kind of be like, "Okay, that aside, patrons, my annoying class, patrons, Izuku over there in the back, that one specifically that Bakugo was talking about, his horrific power is that his quirk allows him to make any prophecies he wants." Can you shut it for 5 minutes, Dark Shadow? No can do! Fuku? Fuck you. Fuck you too. So, the green-haired boy can, I don't know, say that me and Mina or Bakugo would end up getting together, or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson would be resurrected from the dead. Outlandish things, but he can do it. Oh. You know what, that kind of explains why he's in a research facility. I don't even know why this place is open to the public. All of them would just kind of nod in agreement. So, yeah. Anyway, like, Fumi and Izuku are just in the back eating food. They are, like, the two sane ones out of the four. Ramataramtara and Yuki are the two ones who, well, do the most outlandish shit. But, yeah. So, that happens. Anyway, give me a moment. All Might. Yes, All Might would just kind of peek his head from the door, like, "Is this the room with the guy that makes prophecies?" Izuku would just kind of throw a teddy bear at, like, All Might's head, like, "No!" Like, Ramataramtara would just go, "No! No! We said no once, how many times must we say no again? No! Oh, come on! Oh, come on, you know how much this means to me. We are not putting you and Sir Night-Eye in a romantic relationship. Nor are we hooking you up with Izuku's mother. She hasn't even came in here in like 3 years. Like, All Might would just kind of slump down like, come on. Those two people hate my guts. They don't hate your guts. You're just an idiot. Oh, fine. Like, Mina, Kirishima, and Jiro are just like, what? Denki and, like, Denki, who brought Mayonetta along, just slowly turned to Izuku like, you can hook people up? Izuku would shrug as, like, Tokoyami would say, yes. Yes, he can. Why do you think I've been buying so many chicken-based products? I'm a bird. But apparently they really like chicken in here. What? It's good, and it's healthy. That would just be, like, Fumi's kind of reaction. And yes, chicken is healthy. It's a white meat. Why is this video feeling so racist? I'm not racist. Like, just white meat is healthier than red meat. It's not like... It's not something about race. Oh my goodness, I am not racist. How many times must I say this? I ain't racist. Oh, good grief. But yeah, questionable statements aside, like, you know, I don't know where else to go with this. I have an original idea for something that could happen in the future, so if you want another part, tell me, leave a couple of likes. You know what, I'm gonna start setting up like goals for my videos, because that way it's easier to see what y'all want part 2s with, and it'll motivate me more to making part 2s, so... I'm just gonna make the standard 25 likes in this video gets a part 2. Same with the previous video, same with any prior videos. Anyway, goodbye my lovely, lovely audience, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye! This was fun.